We have a funny quote here in Italy that in English should sound almost like this: "He did an excellent job, but the result was a mess." It's mostly used in a medical matter, by the way. How does a good, perfect tax strategy potentially turn into a bad financial outcome for the client? I'm confident to say that more than 80% of the times, commercialista and tax advisors that you can find here in Italy like to apply standard rules. They like to copy and paste previous case studies that work out in the long run, even for future clients. Let's say you're a freelancer and you're moving to Italy. You hear over and over about the regime impatriati, the flat rate, regime forfettario of 5%, and so on. But what about Social Security in Italy, for example? What is the impact of fiscal obligations here? So instead of jumping to the conclusion that 5% is no doubt the go-to tax regime, maybe you should consider your pension account set up on the global basis and work on different scenarios. For example, if you're making more than 85,000 during a given fiscal year with expectations of paying just a 5% of your gross personal income and nothing more, you could find yourself paying way lot more than 35% plus a lot of fiscal obligations, adding some penalties and fines just to spice things a little bit more. Or let's say you retire from work and after reading about the 7% of pensioners in the South, you fall in love with this idea, and regardless you truly hate living in the South, probably because you like Firenze or Milan more, you accept the solution and you accommodate your lifestyle. And then, after a few years of struggling and adapting, you realize your pension was already considered tax-free by the Italian Revenue Agency because of the tax agreement in force, and then moving to any other city in the north would have been way less expensive, even adding some wealth tax on the tax bill. Or consider the average advice you may get on social media. People like to recommend professionals based on their own experience. And yes, if you have a good one with a doctor that is an expert in kidney disease, in kidney treatment, what are the chances of a success if you have a heart-related problem? Or conversely, is it worth it to go to the top-class, super fancy tax firm if you just have to file a basic document with a couple of pieces of information? There is no best or worst in this case, but only what is or what will be the best fit for you, for your specific needs, expectations, timeline, requests, and dreams. One single data information feature about your fiscal profile can turn any good advice, potentially, into a bad one. Even if it looks shiny and safe, the first one. Think about peanuts, okay? Some love them, some can have an allergic reaction. How do you know?